love paddling because it's something very easy to get into. Once you're into it, you're hooked, and you can pretty much enjoy it anywhere, anytime.
You're just able to connect with nature, and I think that's the biggest thing for me is I'm such an outdoor enthusiast and I can't be stuck in an office. I have to be outdoors, so canoeing just takes that edge off.
There's usually programs for all levels, skill levels in terms of brand new all the way up to competition level. There's very little equipment required. You need a boat, you need a paddle, and you need the right safety gear. But I would always recommend going with an experienced paddler or an instructor of some kind the first foray into paddling.
It's cheap. You don't even have to own a boat. You can just borrow a boat or just rent boats.
There's really boats for every kind of person and every level of fitness. Canoes are relatively stable if you get the right ones. So if you're not that active of a person, it shouldn't be a deterrent from coming down, giving it a try. Anytime you're in a canoe, you have to remember you're in water, and even if you're a strong swimmer and you've got all the gear, inclement weather and all sorts of other things can be a safety concern.
Definitely research ahead of time to where you want to go, and the biggest thing I'd say is actually getting local knowledge.
Yeah, there's very few limits to where you can't go with a canoe or a paddle. The reservoir is a great place to come out, especially if you're just learning. Whitewater is obviously a different option. Depending what type of paddling you do, it can be a great full body exercise. More than that, it really does instill a lifestyle. It's fantastic. It's like having a floating pack horse with you everywhere you go, so you can be pretty comfortable as you're camping and bring some of those fun things along that you might not want to carry on your back. Here in the reservoir, you can head up towards weaselhead, see beavers, we've seen bald eagles, all sorts of different fish in here too. And then when you actually get out of town, you know, that only increases. So the Glenmore Reservoir is a great place to paddle. It's pretty big. There's always a calm place to find, even if there's some wind. And if you're here the right time of day, the right time of year, you get some pretty spectacular scenery. Right behind us is a pretty good example of that. But I really like paddling around fall. That's when you get the really nice calm water. All the leaves start changing color, so most people hate the end of summer, but it's a great time to go paddling. You know, I've been paddling for so long for a reason. It's a fantastic sport to get involved in. There's very few feelings that can beat a nice fall evening where the sun's out, still warm, no breeze, just absolutely calm, especially if you're in the waters. All you can see is mountains and wildlife. It's really, really hard to beat.